Hello, seafarers. This is my message for today. Have you ever noticed how two people can face the exact same situation but see it completely differently? One person sees opportunity, another sees danger. One feels hopeful, the other feels afraid. Many of us know what that feels like. We step into something new because we believe it will lead to something good. But once the journey gets difficult, fear starts asking questions. Was this the right choice? Can I really keep going? What if the challenges are too big? That tension between fear and trust is something every person experiences, especially when life feels uncertain. And that's exactly what I want to share about today. Long ago, the Israelites, God's people, had been freed from slavery in Egypt and were traveling toward the land God had promised to give them. It was meant to be a place of blessing, provision, and a new beginning for their families. Before they entered it, 12 men were sent ahead to look at the land. When they returned, all 12 agreed the land was beautiful. It had food, resources, and opportunity. It was everything they hoped for. But 10 of the men said, yes, the land is good, but it's too hard. The cities are strong, the people are powerful, we'll never make it. Only two of those men said, the land is good, and even though it's hard, we can move forward. Same land, same challenges, completely different outlook. The difference wasn't the situation. The difference was fear versus trust. Now, many of you left home to work at sea because you wanted something good, a better future for your family, stability, and opportunity. The goal is good, but the journey is not easy. Long hours, distance from loved ones, loneliness, and pressure can make fear feel very loud. One important truth we need to remember is that God never promised life would be easy, but He does promise we do not walk through it alone. Because fear can slowly shape how we see everything. When fear leads, we only see obstacles and problems, and the challenges start to feel bigger than we are. Everyone carries something heavy: financial concerns, family worries back home, stress, health challenges, or uncertainty about the future. If all we see are the giants, it becomes hard to keep moving forward. Knowing that trust is possible gives us strength. It reminds us that difficulty does not mean failure. It simply means we are walking through a hard season. The real question isn't whether challenges exist, they always will. The question is what voice we listen to when fear starts speaking. The two men in the story didn't ignore the difficulties. They acknowledged them but chose to trust that with God's help they could keep going. Sometimes the next step is simple: stop carrying everything alone and talk honestly to God. Even if you're unsure about faith, you can say something as simple as, God, I don't know if you're real, but if you are, I need help. God isn't looking for perfect words. He listens to honest hearts. Because fear drains strength, but trust gives peace and endurance. When we try to carry every burden by ourselves, the pressure becomes heavier. But when we begin to trust God, peace can enter even before circumstances change. Trust helps us keep our eyes not only on the problems, but also on the purpose, why we started this journey in the first place. Fear will always show you the giants. Faith shows you the possibilities. The journey may be difficult, but that does not mean the future isn't good. The same land that looked impossible to some looked full of opportunity to others. Perspective changes everything. The gospel shows us that God did not leave us alone to face life by ourselves. He came close to us through Jesus. Jesus understands pressure, loneliness, and suffering because he lived among us. He knows what it feels like to be weary and burdened. And because of his love, he gave his life so we could know forgiveness, we could know hope, and we could know peace with God. Through Jesus, we see that God is not distant. He walks with us. He invites us to bring our fears, our questions, and our burdens to him. Jesus said, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." That invitation is still open today. So if fear has been speaking loudly in your life, maybe today is the day to take a small step toward trust. Not because life suddenly becomes easy, but because you don't have to face it alone. You are not forgotten. Your sacrifices are seen. And through Jesus, you can know that God cares deeply about you and your family. Even when the road is hard, trust can move us forward, and Jesus walks with us in every step of the way. I just wanted to share that word of encouragement with you today, and I just pray blessings over your life, and God bless you all.